a lady called Diane Abbott.
Oh yeah.
A black lady called
I've
Diane
met her.
Abbott.
She's quite nice.
Is she quite nice?
Yeah.
I'm sure she is. And about a chap called Frank Hester.
Yeah.
And I started to read it, and I just thought, I just cannot be asked to read this because I'm just not interested, and I don't think anybody's interested in this. So my question is, well, my first question is what happened, but the second question is, does anyone really care about Diane Abbott or Frank Hester, or is this just another diversion from the elites?
It's an attack from Labour on the Tories. That's all this is. It's an attack before the election. This incident, I'll talk about the incident in a minute, but this incident is several years old.
Is it?
Yeah,
I thought it was only in the news couple of weeks ago.
But what he said is several years old. So they've kept hold of that in their bag of tricks. We're going to use this just before the next election, and they've saved it up to use it before the next election. So the Hester guy, I've never heard of him. He's a Conservative donor, I believe. He was being interviewed a couple of years ago and talking about Diane Abbott, and he wasn't friendly about her. He said he can't stand her, and if all black women were like her, well, I'd hate all black women. They've classed that as. Then he said she needs to be taken out and shot.
That's probably gone too far.
I'm not condoning any of his language.
Yeah. Well, I'd be interested to analyse the first thing he said, which is because actually, what's wrong with that? If he doesn't like Diane Abbott, and he says, if all black women were like Diane Abbott, I wouldn't like any of them. Yeah. If he said if she was a redhead, and he said if all redheads were like Diane Abbott, I'd hate the lot of them. What is wrong with saying that?
It's rude.
Yeah, it's rude. Yeah,
but that's it. That's all I can come. It's rude. I wouldn't say it. It's not a nice thing to say. Yeah. But it's rude. It's not racist.
Yeah, you're allowed to be rude.
Yeah, of course you can. Yeah. You're allowed to be racist.
Yeah.
You can still use any words you want to say as long as you don't break the law.
Yeah.
So if you want to say I don't like black people.
Yeah, you can say that.
You can say that.
Yeah.
As long as you don't then say, and that's why I'm not giving you the job.
Yes.
Or that's why I'm assaulting you.
Yeah.
Then you're not broken any laws.
Yeah.
So I don't think he was racist, what he said. Then he was crude with, we need to take her out and shoot her.
That's inappropriate.
Again, rude, inappropriate.
But you're probably right, not illegal.
Not illegal, and he wasn't inciting violence because he was joking.
Yeah.
I've got something to talk to you about in a minute, about something like that. So it was, so it's something I wouldn't say, and I don't think he should have worded what he was saying, but he was trying to be funny, in a humorous sort of way. I'm sure it didn't come across as humorous, but it was a great opportunity for Labour Party supporters to attack the Tories, attack a Tory donor, and also give Diane Abbott some brownie points because she's been kicked out of the Labour Party for being a racist herself.
She has, yes.
So now they're using this to try to get her back into the Labour Party, saying, hasn't she suffered enough? Look at the racist abuse. I mean, she gets a lot of racist abuse, does Diane Abbott.
Yeah.
She's probably the most abused person in Parliament.
Yeah.
All inappropriate. We should not be abusing people like that, even when we don't like the individual and want to rally against their policies. We should be nice about it. So I met her, and she was lovely when I met her.
Yeah.
And she opened up. I was running a community centre in Hackney, and we'd had a refurb or something, and we invited her, and she came down to sort of open it and stuff like that. Maybe nice. So she gets a lot of abuse. She really does get a lot of abuse. But this was a storm in a teacup for those reasons. Now, if you want to talk about hate crime, we got into trouble last week.
Did we?
We did.
Great.
Do you remember the joke I made about I'm going to build a wall between Manchester and Merseyside?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, people didn't like that. Some people didn't like that. But one person accused me of being racist towards Scousers.
Yeah. Although Scousers aren't a race.
No. Yeah. We had somebody who said he was a Mancunian and isn't going to vote for me now because he thought I was a serious politician and not a man down the pub. So I've lost his. And I was on Talk TV on Sunday afternoon.
Yeah.
And the presenter on Talk TV raised it.
Oh, really?
And shown the clip and said, is that the sort of thing a serious politician talks about? So I said...
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Was I on the clip? Oh, was
Yeah,
it
yeah,
just,
yeah. No, you was on the clip as
Was
well.
it one where we were doing this, or was it when I was abroad?
Zoom, it was a Zoom on abroad.
Oh, I bet I
Yeah.
wasn't on it, was I?
No, you was on it.
Oh, brilliant.
Because you're laughing at one point and stuff like that. Another guy called us a couple of fat gammon racists.
Which I'm definitely not.
So we're infamous.
Oh, that's
now.
fantastic.
Yeah. And then I got an email off Diane Abbott saying she hopes I'm okay. Kidding.
That's great news.
Yeah.
Well, that's great that provoked that reaction. That's interesting, isn't it? Because that is symbolic of a lot of what's wrong now.
Yeah.
You know, you make it a joke, which is obviously a joke.
Obvious joke. I'm impersonating Donald Trump.
Yeah.
I'm going to build a big, beautiful wall.
Of course, it was obviously a joke. It was it was obviously a parody of Trump.
Yeah.
But also, it was about Scousers and whatever. So, but it's obviously a joke.
Yeah.
It makes me laugh because it's a joke. But people are so precious now, aren't they? So things like that.
I don't think they're precious. I think they're looking for any opportunity to make themselves look virtuous.
Yes. Yeah.
They all knew it was a joke.
Yeah.
Every single one of them knows it's a joke.
Yes.
They're just looking either to have a go at me because I'm a Mancunian and they're a Scouser, or they're Labour Party supporters and don't like me, so here's the way I've gone. Or it's normal people going, I can look a bit virtuous here by saying, Nicholas, you shouldn't be saying things like that.
But what you should have, was it Sunday on Talk?
Yeah.
So what you should have said, clearly I've been vindicated by today's results in the football.
It's not football. It was before the football.
That's what you should have said. Is well, let's see how the match goes today.
Well, I would have dig then. Yeah.
Oh, that's brilliant. That is. Yeah. But it's interesting, isn't it? People are looking to be offended, looking to score points, looking to show their future. And that we've talked about the British sense of humour before, haven't we? How it's kind of disappeared. And I think that's an example of it, isn't it? And 10 years ago, if you'd have made that joke, nobody would have even commented on it. Possibly most people would have laughed about it. And there's absolutely nothing offensive about it in any way. It's clearly a joke. It references not a race, but a
football rival.
Yeah, exactly. A football rival. It's a perfectly. If you go to a match at Old Trafford, if you went this last Sunday, if you want to hear people shouting vitriol against Scousers and against people from Manchester, that's a flip. But nobody cares about that, do they? It's all done in relatively good humour. So.
But after the game, the police arrested 7 people. Really? Man U fans for referencing the Hillsborough disaster, chanting and shouting.
Oh really? Can you be arrested for that?
You can do, yeah.
Why? So why can you be arrested?
It would be public order.
Oh, inciting! Oh, public assault, inciting assault. Oh, so they were doing it to a group of Scousers, were they? Yeah.
Again, police shouldn't be involved in this.
Yeah.
If the stadium want to ban people as a private business, you can ban who you want from your business, your football ground. I'm not saying they should be banned. I'm just saying that's down to a business. To then have I think it was Greater Manchester Police. Where was the game played at? Was it
Old Trafford?
Oh, right. So it would have been Greater Manchester Police. To then on scene investigate the complaints and arrest people when we have criminals out there. And no, we shouldn't be arresting. Even if it was Liverpool fans screaming about Munich to Man U fans, well, I still would say no. That's not a policing matter.
Well, did you see on this is not on our list today, but did you see that clip on one of the marches? The pro-Palestinian marches. What are those marches? Are they pro-Palestinian or?
Free Palestine.
Free Palestine, River to the Sea thing, which is actually a genocidal chant. But there was a guy standing there, perfectly harmlessly, holding up a poster saying Hamas is a terrorist organisation. You see that?
Yeah.
And
which is government policy.
Which is government policy. This is the law of the land, if you like. He was attacked first by
a few of them tried to grab off him in
physical assault. But then he was. I don't know if he was arrested, but he was
arrested
by the police.
Yeah, he was arrested.
So
he was arrested for assault,
even though he didn't assault anybody.
Yeah, and then the police reviewed their footage and then de-arrested him because he was assaulted. He didn't assault anybody.
Yeah.
By that point, the police had took his sign off him, and he couldn't have it back. So the police stole his private property.
That to me
shocking.
It is shocking.
Shocking. The police saw what he was doing and went, we can't have him stood there because he's going to be assaulted. He's going to cause a riot. We would rather impinge his freedom.
Rather than protect him.
Yeah, they didn't. The police all over the country, but especially in London, They just want the status quo, not because they agree with the marchers. They just don't want any trouble because they're scared of what the press will say. And those instructions come from the politicians above the police. So the mayor has instructed the chief constable of the Met and said, I don't want any trouble. I want no trouble on the streets. So you can shout what you want and do what you want because there's more of them. We just don't want any trouble. Where the police should be going in with horses and batons when it's illegal. If you like that video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell and comment. And if you like what I'm saying about running for Mayor of Greater Manchester, then stick around. Tell your family, tell your friends. The only way I'm going to have a chance of winning is a grassroots movement. So be part of that movement and hit that bell. Thanks.